keys to emotional healing today. And if there's a lot of gunk from your past, don't you love my fancy medical terminology, gunk and stuff? And sometimes that's just the best word. I can't really think of a better word other than gunk for the situation. But sometimes there's just so much gunk from our past, so much baggage, that this can be the best treatment available. One author that I read a little while ago said, either hit the couch at a psychiatrist's office for $150 an hour, or start loading the dumpster. The choice is up to you. So, let's go through your house tonight and find at least one or two items that give you pain, and I mean either emotional or physical pain when you look at them, and load them up and get rid of them, even if they were a gift, even if they're an heirloom, even if they're worth something. Pass them along to someone who can enjoy them, who can have some positive benefits from looking at them and associating with them, and stop letting them be a negative and dragging you down in your own life. And all this emotional stress hurts your immune system, and it hurts your nervous system, and it hurts other things, as this lady, this patient of one of my colleagues, found out with her asthma. She was having horrible asthma and could barely breathe, and wasn't responding to any of the herbal or natural treatments or nutritional approaches or cleansing that he was using with her, that he normally uses with all of his patients and has about a 99% success rate with. And she just wasn't responding. So he thought, well, I need to get a look inside her house and see what her daily life is like. So he asked permission to come over to her house and just hang out with her for a while. And a lot of times that would reveal why they weren't responding. Either a lifestyle habit or something in their environment or something they hadn't noticed, weren't aware of, that was affecting them negatively. And he went over to her house and had her give him the grand tour. And in every single room of the house, there was multiple things that had very powerful negative, stressful, painful associations for her, and she would re-experience that emotional pain and stress every time she would see each one of them. There was an old, dead, brown Christmas tree that was about 15 years old standing in her living room, and it was nowhere near Christmas time. And it was just from her past that she couldn't let go of, or wouldn't let go of. He said, what is this? Why is this here? And she said, well, my husband cut that down himself out in the forest, and it was our last Christmas together, and a little while after that he died, and that was 15 years ago. So I just, it's all I have left of him. It reminds me of him. I just couldn't let go of it. So he goes, okay. And he went around the rest of the house, and he said, well, this is a pretty crystal bowl, but what's all this hair in it? And she said, well, that's from my dog. He died 10 years ago, and I've just been saving that. And because, I just couldn't let go of it. And he says, well, what happens every time you look at it? And she says, I'm just sad because of my loss. And, everything would affect her that way. Everything in the house. And he went by one door in the hallway and said, what's in here? And she said, oh, that's nothing. And walked on. And he said, ooh, this is a pressure point here. We need to uncover whatever's in here because it's a big one. And so he said, I really think we need to look in here. And she said, no, that's nothing. Here, just let's go on to the next room. And he said, now, remember, you said that you were willing to do anything to get better. We really need to look in here. So take me in here and show me what's going on. So she finally agreed. And they went in there, and it belonged, that was her daughter's old bedroom. her daughter, who had died in an accident 20 years before, and she kept everything exactly as it had been when her daughter was alive. The teddy bears on the bed, the same bedspread the bed was made, everything on the dresser was where she left it, everything throughout the whole room, even the mattress on the bed was stuffed with horsehair from her horse who had died 25 or 30 years before. I mean, she just held on to things chronically and obsessively. And so he said, all right, well, you remember we talked about being willing to do anything to get well. She said, yep. And she said, okay, I've shown you everything. You've seen the whole enchilada now. What do I need to do? And he says, we need to get rid of all of this. And she kind of hesitantly agreed, and he left for the day. And he was a martial artist, so he came back and had his karate uniform on with a machete the next day and started a little fire in the fireplace. And that old 15-year-old Christmas tree went right in the fire. That dry, dead old tree went right in the fireplace. And then the horsehair mattress and the crystal bowl with the dog hair and everything that